Hello, and welcome to the Just Ask podcast. I'm your host, DorothyAnne, and this is the place to find inspiration for your big dreams and tools to help you reach your number one goal. So, in keeping with our series about homeschooling, I wanted to talk today about what I wish I knew before I started homeschooling. And you might be where I was 10 years ago, just wondering, how am I going to do this whole homeschool thing? I've never personally homeschooled. I went to traditional school. What do I do? I'm sure there's so much information that is just on the internet. It can get overwhelming. So, what I want to do today is just break down a couple of my top tips of what I wish I knew back then and share it with you guys today. So before I get started, I want you to know that I am here for you in your journey. And if you would like my list of go-to links for the best homeschool resources, feel free to text me at 972-850-2298. Once again, if you need another mom to just, be there for you and help you out along the journey, text me and I will keep you updated on different homeschooling things that I learn and different resources that I discover that I find helpful to me. Text me at 972-850-2298. Let's get started. Well, so I think one of the top things that I wish I knew before I started homeschooling was to find a homeschool planner that fits my needs. In the beginning, I feel like I just mostly winged it. I went to the store, it was Mardell's, and they have lots of different curriculum there. And I just thought, well, Aiden's going to be in kindergarten, so I need to find kindergarten curriculum. Easy enough, right? Maybe not so. I flipped through some of the different books and I thought, well, this has nice color and nice illustrations. I'll just go with this. Never read any reviews about them, never looked into who the company was and kind of where they fall in the mix of advanced or intermediate or beginner, easy, or really what my teaching style was going to be like. So if I had to go back, I think that number one, I would probably find a planner to help me because for me, organization is like my sixth love language. Uh, my husband likes to tease and say that I'm all five of the love languages, which I kind of am pretty evenly distributed between all the different love languages. But organization is so key to me. And I think that as a homeschool mom, you have to be flexible. You make a plan, but be flexible. And that's going to save a world of grief if you have a plan, but at the same time are flexible. That's helped me, and that's helped me want to continue on. There were days where honestly I felt like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Should we put this child in regular government school? Like maybe they'll do better than what I'm doing. And I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to say which child I'm talking about. Everybody has their strengths, right? There's some kids that are really, really easy to homeschool. And then there's other ones that make you want to rip your hair out of your head. But with God's grace, you'll get through it. And so let me just go back. So, number one tip I would say is find a homeschool planner that you really, really like and that will help you stay organized. My go to planner that I've discovered a couple of years ago is a Well Planned Gal. And I want to make sure I say her website right, but wellplannedgal.com. And that, along with other websites, are on the text message. If you text me and text the word homeschool, I will send you the PDF I made of the best go-to links for homeschool moms. So I love this planner because it lets you do up to 4 kids. And it has the subjects. Let me just get it for you so you can see. Yay. For those of you who are listening, I'm going to pull out my planner so I can describe it to you. I'm not even an affiliate of hers. And I don't know if they have like an affiliate program or anything, but I just really, really, this has really helped me these past couple of years. But yes, so it has, and there's different ways when you purchase her planner, or even if you just want to look at it online, there's different ways that people can use it. If you have one child, you can organize the blocks how you want to use it. But the way I organize it is I put each of the kids' initial on the first line. So each of them, there's 4 lines, and I'll put each of the 4 kids' initials on each of the lines. So, for instance, for Bible, so I have an A for Aiden, AA for DorothyAnne, D for Daniel, and L for Liam. So that helps me. So it has a Bible, math, history, science, English, and then it has 2 blank spots that we just use it. We put music and miscellaneous on the bottom. So the miscellaneous could be an extra elective or just or even sports. I've even put sports on there before. So this particular method has really helped me to be able to plan weekly. And every year when we finish it, I feel so accomplished and just encouraged that look, we're progressing. We are building upon what we've learned, and it is just feels good to know that we accomplished a certain amount throughout the year. Before I would feel defeated if, oh, we didn't get the book done all the way, or just it took forever to get a workbook done. But now I see, like, if they reach that concept, like, we can move on. We don't have to stay in that workbook if we've already reached that concept, or they've, got a good grasp of that subject. So that's the number one tip I would say. My first tip would be, if you are, maybe you've been homeschooling for a while and you just feel like, I don't feel very accomplished, or want to get more organized, find a homeschool planner that you really like, and plan 1 week at a time. Don't feel like you have to fill out a month's worth of lesson plans. Just do 1 week at a time. And usually I'll do a lesson plan maybe either the Sunday before the start of the week or the Friday before the start of the week. So that's kind of how I do it. I just try to stay flexible. All right, number 2, I wish I knew before I started homeschooling that my homeschool schedule was not going to look like other people's homeschool schedule, and that routines are okay. Some people are great with time schedules. Me, however, I do really good with a plan, a flexible plan. I like to be in the flow of things, but not be so uptight to where if something happens, if there's like a doctor's appointment, or let's say one of the children are just not understanding this particular concept, you could just take a break and let's change it up a little bit, So I think not having that expectation of I need to be just like a typical school system and have like blocked hours of this and that's helped me to not only do well in homeschool but just love it. I can honestly say I love homeschooling. It's been the best choice for my family and my kids, and it's really helped us be a closer family, a closer knit family. And there's nothing like knowing that you're their number one teacher, you're their number one influence, and they can always come to you. I want You want to foster that they feel like they can come to you. If they have a problem, they can come to you. So I love that our schedule is flexible and that we have more of a routine. Now, some people, maybe they really, really need a schedule. So, if that works for you, go for it. But don't compare yourself to another mom, because your routine will not look like someone else's routine, and their routine may not fit you, and vice versa. So just be flexible to know, like, every child is different. Everybody's schedule, everybody's home life will look a little different, and that's okay. Number 3, I think that I wish I knew that it's okay to have mixed curriculum. One of the silliest things, I look back at it now and think it's silly, but I would ask other veteran moms when I first started, like, what curriculum are you using? That was like my main question. Like, I need to know what curriculum. How do you do it? Especially moms that had multiple kids. Like, how do you do it with multiple kids? It gets very expensive. And I remember several moms would be just answer me really short and say, "Oh, we use a mix of stuff." And me as a newbie, I would be like, "What do you mean you have a mix of stuff? Don't you need to have like one curriculum with all the different subjects?" And a reputable company and everything like that. And now I'm seeing that, homeschool is so much more than staying in the box of curriculum. Curriculum is great, and there really are tons of great curriculum out there. And there's websites that you can go to for reviews. One of the websites I was going to refer to is Duffy Reviews. So I think that, though, for me, I wish I knew that this child doesn't necessarily need the same curriculum as child, you know, A or B. This child C, could maybe do better on computer or written work or more tactile type stuff. The story that I shared on the last podcast was that for my first, I was really interested in this online program. It was there were discs, and I thought, oh, this would be easy. It's like one investment, and then I can use it for all the kids. Like, it's gonna save me a lot of money. And it had all the subjects, so it's gonna automatically grade, etc. And I was like, this is great. And then after a couple years, the older two kids were just, they came to me and they were like, they didn't really like it. They didn't enjoy doing this type of study. And little did I know, like, they preferred the workbook method. So then I had to go back to the drawing board, find another curriculum that they liked or that was better to them and their learning style. The good news is, even though I thought, oh, great, I just wasted all this money on these tests. The good news is my third child, he came to us saying, oh, I'd really like to do computer work. I'd really like to try homeschooling using the computer. And so now he's thriving on the computer work. He'd rather do that than he would necessarily doing the workbook stuff. So you see how a mixed curriculum is okay. And I guess that goes along with just be prepared to spend money, and not necessarily like spend tons of money, but just be prepared to experiment and try new things. And it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Homeschool is not perfect. Okay. I'm going to repeat that again. Mamas, homeschool is not perfect, but it's probably perfect for you. You are the perfect teacher for your kids because you are compassionate, you are loving, you have a desire like nobody else in this world for your child to excel in their gifts and talents. So while homeschooling is not perfect, you are a perfect fit for your child to be their number one influence, number one educator, number one teacher. So I just want to encourage you in that, to know that. And again, there's so many resources out there and it's easy to get overwhelmed. So I want you to feel like you have someone to text and be there for you when it comes to your homeschooling journey. I'm going to be that mama for you. So feel free to text me at 972-850-2298 and just text the word homeschool, and I will get you the PDF form that I created with all my go-to links, the best go-to links I feel on the internet for all things homeschooling for mamas. So I just want to thank you for being a part of this podcast today, and feel free to message me any questions and text me at that number, and let's stay connected. Know that you're not alone. Know that you got this. Know that you and your kids are on an incredible journey that you will never regret, that you will be so grateful for. And you can do this, and you got this, and just enjoy every single moment that you have homeschooling. God bless you guys.